Good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing today? You're doing good today? This is the last stream of this year, man. I remember we did this last year too. I think last year we went till Christmas Eve. Yeah, if I remember. Because there was nothing to do, we were bored, we went till Christmas Eve. So, welcome to the last stream of this year over here, and we're gonna try to. Oh man, I'm getting trade analysis here all of a sudden. Man, you guys need to chill today. You guys really need to relax here today. Why the last stream, bro? Because it's holidays. That's why it's the last stream for this year. So we're gonna be back on the 10th of January. So but we're still gonna see what's happening, see what's playing on. What kind of a move we're gonna get here today. But so far, what I can see is we've just been ranging. London session had a little move up bullish and came right back down. Seems like from first glance, it seems like as price is coming down, it's almost about to break below. But like when we sent the analysis yesterday for the Asian session, we were looking at how this area may be like a rejection area, and you can see price came down, rejected it here before as well. So just by looking at the price right now, it seems like it should continue down towards 139,600. No promises, just like a Friday move. Quick, like 12, 13 pips down, and I guess that's going to be about it. Why didn't you sell after the previous bearish candle broke resistance? Because I was sleeping. I was asleep. That's why I couldn't sell. It's like, when Mike Tyson had that match and his back was broken, and the guy's like, why'd you do it? He's like, my back is broken. And the guy asked something else. The guy's like, yeah, my back is broken. So yeah, I'm sorry, I was sleeping. Alright, let's take a look at this first chart over here. This is a sell 30-minute time frame. Entered when the candle broke the low with 10 pips above it, and you're aiming for price to continue down towards 139,700. It's pretty good. You got it. I think since price is coming down, is breaking below the previous candle, I think this is the point. Yeah, so this is the point we should be securing position and letting the rest run. So, yeah, that was a pretty good move here. You got bearish candle at the retest area. You sell over here and boom, easy 10, 11 pips on Friday.
Raja, I took the entry based on 15 minutes at 6 o'clock at 8:50, and I skewed 10 pips now.
Oh, you are amazing. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a look at Forex Factory here, see what's going on. Nothing really. We got CAD retail sales, that's it. You know what? All this news doesn't really matter here anyway, because it's a Friday and it's going to be the last day here today. I just want to see pound coming down to 139,600. That seems like it's going to be a pretty good target for Friday, low volume day here today. So let's take a look at this chart here. This is Armando Italiano. Let's take a look at this chart, see what's going on. For sells, I want to see candle closing below 139,169, strong support, and then continue down towards 139,299. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. I think you should also be looking at this area right over here. This candle closing bearish and then expecting the next one to continue down. I think you should be looking at things more with in-depth, because if you look at the candle right here, we can see that this did actually went down, right? So if you're looking at this part, price came down with volume, it made a low here because this candle moved bullish, right? Once this candle moved bullish, we created a low at this point, and now you're looking for some sort of confirmation for price to continue down to retest this low. This is explained in the candle trends. So this one candle was the confirmation, this was your entry candle, stops above the previous candle, and we come down to retest the low. Now if there's more volume in the market, it's going to continue down towards 139,600. So you can get this trade down rather than waiting for price to break below 139,600. Because then you can let your runner go all the way down, and then you can let your runner break this area to continue down. Because this is a very, very strong support. So if this support breaks on Friday, man, I'm gonna say there's gonna be a lot of volume on Friday. If this support breaks on Friday, it was a very strong area there. What's this, Mr. Tawfiq Heather in the Gulag? To buy magic keys, there's no option to buy to Pakistan. Well, then there's no option. You sent the same thing 6, 7 times expecting a different answer, but we'll give you the same answer. I'm sorry, there's no option. Alright, let's take a look at gold. Wow, man, gold is just ugly here. So looking at the daily time frame, we are coming down, we're rejecting that area. Looking at the 4 hour, we're also rejecting that area. Seems that we're creating some sort of support down over here. Let's take a look at this. So we got a support formed here on gold. We got a minor resistance up over here. This is just garbage, man. I mean, you got minor resistance here, you got another resistance here. I mean, all this rejection over here. I think looking at charts today is just going to be, it's just going to be one of the days we're just like looking at the charts for Friday, just see what happens, and then, you know, that's about it. Then holidays start from Monday. From Monday, I'm going to be looking at charts, but not as in to take a trade, but just to see, oh, okay, this is what's happening, this is what's happening. Because I still think it's interesting to see the candles move. Like, I still get taken aback from it. I tried to take this move, but didn't go through it. Oh, let's see here. Entry when the 30-minute candle closed below support. Oh, okay, right over here. Yeah, I think it was pretty risky because price has already moved down. So you entered when we broke the low over here for price to continue down. But next 15-minute candle was going back up. How could I have seen this? There was no way you could have seen this. So let's take a look at on the 15-minute. So basically, what you want to see is that even though the price went against you, I think what you want to see here is that what confirmations did you get that price is going to move against you? So you could have reduced your loss, right? So let's take a look here. So this is 15-minute. You can see this price also rejected this area. We can think it can break, but what we see is that this is a potential rejection area. So let's take a look on the 5-minute here. So looking at the 5-minute, what we can clearly see is that, so let's say this was the close of the 15-minute candle, right? So this closed at 5 a.m. So if you go to the 5-minute time frame, so this was the 5-minute candle that closed. I think when this 5-minute candle went bullish, you should have closed your entire trade rather than waiting for price to come up to hit your stop at 139.830. Because if you look at this 5-minute candle, this didn't go towards 830, right? It went towards 810, so you could have lost less than what you anticipated to lose. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is your JPY 30-minute chart. Support formed, breakout candle, entered when the candle broke the low over here, clean traffic to the left hand side, came down to support 10 pips. Beautiful. Amazing. You know, the days when I don't take trades, when I see these things happen, man, they just like put more confidence in me that, hey, these things work. And if they work, it's going to happen next year as well. And it's going to be a beautiful year next year. It's nice to see that we are slowly seeing all the same setups. Also entering sell when broke previous low in the 30-minute. Yeah, it's very nice. Will Forex market be open till Christmas? Yes. Yes, the Forex market will be open till Christmas. I think if you look at your brokerages, they will send you emails on the timings of the market during the holidays, you know, like Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and stuff like that. Hey Raja, my wife's boyfriend is aggressive towards me and my kids are being... Yeah, that's from the gulag over there. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. Actually, before I take a look at any charts, let's take a look at your JPY and let's see what's going on. Let's do a little bit of high time frame to low time frame breakdown here. Alright, let's take a look at the daily. Daily went bullish as we expected yesterday. 4 hour also went towards our zones here it had to go. Oh wow, man, nice. It tapped into this area, then continue on towards 127. So let's remove all analysis here, and let's do some fresh analysis. So obviously on the 4 hour, what we see is that we have a resistance forming at 126,850, but also we have this rejection up at 127 as well. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, the first thing we need to identify is that candles are moving bearish. So we need to identify why candles are moving bearish, right? From what area? So that area we see is right over here. Candles are moving bearish from 126,850. Perfect. Now, when candles are moving bearish, obviously it's going to move towards some sort of a support. So we need to identify what that support is going to be, right? Pretty straightforward. So support looks like it's rejecting from 126, 615, 600. So that's the support right over there. So now we go down to the 30-minute time frame. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, what we can see is that there was a resistance formed up at 127, which is around, how far is that? It's like 12 pips away, right? 12 pips away, there was another resistance form at 126, 870, 860. And right now, price is just retracing after creating a low, right? So the reason why it should not come up to retest the high over here, because it created a support, right? This support was created for price to retest the high at 127. But this support was then broken. Once the support was broken, now it's creating a low. So if price is creating a low after breaking a support, there's a high probability for price to retrace, create minor resistance, and then continue down to retest this low, right? So I guess that's what should be anticipating here, for price to come up to probably create like a resistance and then to retest the low. But if it wants to retest the high, it needs to break above 126, 860 for it to retest the high. What's this? Entered 15-minute candle. Oh, okay. What's this? GU 15-minute chart. Candle closed like a minor bullish candle. You enter the trade, stops below the previous candle. Closed 11 pips and I run it today and it stopped me out. Oh, nice. But you still got 11 pips from it. I don't want to see what it looked like on the 30-minute time frame, so let's take a look over here. Let's take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so this was oh, right over here. Okay, yeah, this was right over here. Price came up, you took your pips, and then price came down. So now see how beautiful it was when it started falling? This is where being fluid comes in handy a lot, right? Because look, so price rejected this area. We had this minor resistance forming right over here. Candle broke and closed below the support, and the next one just went straight down, clean candles to the left hand side. I mean, amazing. Look at this time. This was also like, 15 minutes before London Open, and crazy range, 15, 17 pip range, and later on we continue dropping. So right now we're coming up, looking at 30-minute time frame as well. We're coming up towards this rejection area, so we're going to see what happens here. I saw in Forex Factory Christmas will be postponed. Well, if we can get things happening in 2020, man, I can believe anything at this point. They're talking about aliens existing. I'm believing in aliens existing now. I don't care what anyone says. Aliens exist. I even believe George Soros is also an alien now at this point.
Aliens are a real thing, man.
Yeah, I know, man. They're real now. They're real now. We had people trying to invade the Area 51. I think this was last year, and they didn't get to do it.
Oh, the biggest raid or something?
Yeah, the biggest raid. They're like, they can't stop all of us. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they got an AC-130 gunship. It'll stop them real quick.
Yeah. All right, what's this chart over here? This is support form daily. Oh, nice. Very nice. Price came down, secured positions. Beautiful. Hey, Mr. Raja Banks, advanced happy Valentine's. If you use fibs, we'll call you yourself as fibs don't lie, free metanized. So someone donated 125 Philippine, what are they called? Pesos? No. Philippine money. All right. Slowly starting to have deja vu moments watching GJ charts and identifying signals and patterns. Man, that's crazy. I mean, if you're having slowly these deja vu moments where you've seen things happen before, and you can anticipate them happen before, that's the point where you want to be starting off 2021. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is, oh, nice, same GJ trade here. Beautiful. Looks like a lot of people took the same trades. Any guests today? No. Unfortunately, we're not going to have any guests today. Is it possible for GJ buys above 139,900? 139,900. Let's do some fresh analysis here and let's see what's going on. So we're going to remove everything here from pound yen and we're going to take a look at it. So let's take a look on the 4 hour here. Actually, let's take a look at the daily here first. So daily is rejecting here, okay. Looking on the 4 hour, we're basically creating a support. It's not full support yet because the candle's still open, right? We still got about 2 hours left for this 4 hour candle to close. So we're going to take a look at the 1 hour over here. And looking at the 1 hour time frame, it seems like we're creating a support at this point, which makes sense on the 30-minute time frame as well because we're getting that rejection. Above this area, there's a lot of consolidation over here. So we're going to jump down to the 30-minute time frame. So looking at the 30-minute, man, it's just so hard over here. So see, we got resistance over here. If we break above this resistance, price can go up, but we can't ignore all this area here to the left side as well. Even though we have these clean candles here, we just cannot ignore all this consolidation because let's take a look at this, right? So above 139,900, all this consolidation moves up towards like, 140,050. So this is going to be in the area where you should be careful about right over here. And I think really clean buys are going to be above 140,050 because then you got these clean candles here to the left hand side. And if you measure this range, this is a pretty nice 17 to like 24, 25 pip range. So let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Right up over here from 140,050 all the way towards, 140, 250, 240. But above here, it's clean range, but man, it's too messy here to the left-hand side. You can't ignore this mess here. Even though it's like a 16 pip range. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? But like for price to move above 139,900, you will need for price to kind of like close below that area before. So we're going to keep an eye on this and see what happens. Yeah, makes sense. Last trade for 2020 by iPad. This was Euro JPY. Sold over here. Entry after break of the consolidation. Close 75% at 10 pips profit. Close rest at 16 pips. Beautiful. Amazing moves over here this morning on a Friday. Hey, this is my first time labeling a chart. Please let me know what you think. By Jarex Lee. Alright, let's take a look here. Coming straight from the gulag. I like when people post charts for the first time. Come on, man. You sent the wrong chart. You had one chance to send a chart and you sent the wrong chart. I was so excited to see this guy's chart, man. It's my first time labeling a chart. Sent the wrong chart. This guy. Alright, let's take a look at a proper chart over here. Oh, what's this? GJ 5-minute chart. We got a cowboy over here. Okay, so you got the same idea. Based off the 30-minute, 15-minute. Same thing, no greed. Gave my 10 pips and I was done. Beautiful. Trust gang. Retest low. Retest low. Beautiful. Okay, so we're now coming up over here. 30-minute candles broke up. 15-minute candle broke up. So if we, let's say, ignore that area to the left and we suppose that we should continue up. Let's take a look at the 5-minute here. Yeah, you'll need to wait for this candle to close. This 1 hour candle to close. Oh wow, but GJ, man, sometimes it doesn't wait for candles to close. The candles just keep moving. This is something I talked about yesterday. Whenever price is breaking a zone, it's always better to wait for the candle to close. If you wait for the candle to close, there are chances that you will get a confirmation to take that trade to continue going up. But when you're waiting for a candle to close, sometimes, you'll get that candle that's just going to continue moving and you won't have time to enter the trade and you're going to miss the trade. So when you miss the trade, then you can look back and see how you could have entered the trade. So let's suppose that the candle moved all the way up and now we want to see how can we enter the trade over here, right? It's pretty risky. So the first thing I see is that this candle is breaking the high of the previous candle. So maybe that could be an opportunity on the smaller time frames for an impulse to continue up. Stop is going to be like 9-10 pips. You're anticipating price to come up towards 14-15 pips. But at the same time, you got to wait for this candle to close. right? Because if the small time frame candle closes above this area 139,900, then there's a high probability for the next candle, if it breaks the high, to continue moving up. This is only based on a small time frame. So looking on the 15-minute time frame, still got around 5 minutes to close. So that's where your strategies comes in. Are you going to execute on the smaller time frame, which is a weaker confirmation time frame, or are you going to wait for the higher time frame like the 15-minute or the 30-minute to close, right? Because not only the 15-minute candle is about to close, but the 30-minute candle is about to close as well, and the 1 hour candle is about to close as well here. So this could be a very ugly fake out here to the downside to probably continue up towards 140.050. Let's take a look at this chart. Oh, already take a look at this. Hey Raja, can you take a look at my chart and see what you think? Buys above 139,890, 139,900, same idea, going all the way up towards 140, 210, 220. Yeah, it makes sense. This is something that we're looking at here as well for price to continue. But the only issue we're looking at right now is entries, impulse entries, because there's a very high probability we may not come down to do a retest because it's pound yen, right? And we've seen pound yen break through zones and continue moving. So that's where the thing is. So see this candle close right over here. Now this candle needs to break the high of the previous one to continue moving up. But you also got to be very careful because this is the 5-minute time frame, and the 5-minute time frame is a weak confirmation time frame. Even though it can break the high, it can very well come down and go back in the zone because it's a 5-minute time frame, right? This is where 5-minute time frames are very, very risky because of weak confirmations. If this was happening on the 30-minute or the 15-minute, the probability would be really high for price to continue up. So you guys just got to be careful with the 5-minute when you're trading it. So yeah, 140.050 should be approached over here. Not bad.
Hey Roger.
Hey.
I just wanted to ask about withdrawals and a little bit to know a little bit more about them. And I was wondering, so say you make, so basically you said aim to pay off a bill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so per se, like first week of the month, you make that bill. Do you straight away withdraw that and pay straight away, or do you wait to the end of the month?
That's up to you. Like if you think that that you might lose that profit, then it's better to withdraw it for the month. But if you think that you're going to be disciplined enough to keep it in your account and not risk that profit anymore, then you can wait till the end of the month. So it's very it depends on how you feel basically. Why? What's going on?
No, because there's been weeks where like I've had a really good week, and it comes next week, and this is what Uncle Ted said, and it's really stuck with me. And it's the market changes structure, and you're too inexperienced for that. So it's been 1 week where I've had a really good week, and then it comes the next week, and I'm back into the reds.
Okay.
Yeah,
It'll make sense. I would do that though, but also when I'm taking reds, I would mainly see that, okay, why am I taking that loss? What am I doing wrong? Maybe share charts or something like that. So at the same time, whenever you take a losing trade, so what do you do when you take a losing trade?
I always literally step back and see why that's happened.
Okay.
And maybe later on when I come back to the chart, I'll have a look and see what's happened. But I've never done it in a detailed way, the way that you do it. It's just kind of been brief.
Yeah, exactly. So what you have to do is whenever you take a losing trade, don't look at what happened. Look to see how could you have taken the correct trade. Because let's say, for example, that let's say someone took a sell once this candle came down and broke the previous candle's low to continue down. Makes sense to take a sell, right?
Yeah.
right? If someone took a sell right over here. But at the same time, now when we look at it, that okay, why did this candle go up? So when we go down to the 30-minute time frame, the only thing we can see is that okay, we broke the low here a little bit, but it still went up. So now when we look down to the 15-minute time frame, this is also, we don't get any confirmations of the candles to moving up. But if we look at the 5-minute time frame, still we don't get anything, right? So the only thing we can look back and say is that okay, if price came down and rejected it over here, and previously price broke below these lows and rejected. So the only thing we can look at is that, okay, maybe there was a probability for price to reject it. So maybe when price was starting to break the low, maybe that wasn't the right move because we had already rejected here. So I guess the right confirmation would have been to wait for a candle to close below here so we can justify that move down because, you know, we also rejected here from the left-hand side. So next time, when price goes to an area where we've seen big wick rejections, maybe at that point not to wait for price to break the wick, but to wait for a candle to actually close below that area. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's kind of like that, right? So whenever you take a loss, just look to see how could you have taken the correct trade, because in hindsight you can always look to see, oh yeah, that trade made sense here. So that's where your learning is going to be, when you try to look to see how you could have taken the winning trade.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, bro, no problem. So perfect. We see the 5-minute candle. It came down and closed bearish over here, just like I was talking about how, you know, 5 minutes are weak confirmation time frames. Now the Hunger Games begin. These are the Hunger Games now for the pound yen. That now we want pound yen. It's closing above this area. 5-minute candle kind of like rejected this area, 139,900. So if it continues up to break these highs, it should continue moving bullish, right? So now looking at the 15-minute time frame here as well, we broke and closed above 139,900. Looking at the 30-minute, same thing over here. We broke and closed above this area. So now all you want to see is some sort of a support formed or bullish candles form over here for price to continue going up. At this stage, it's going to be really, really risky, because if you're entering as the candle is moving bearish, it's going to be extremely risky over here. But let's see here, like 7 pip, 8 pip to continue up. Yeah, but still pretty risky, right? Because you want this candle to form some sort of confirmations over here. Took a demo winner as I'm done trading. Let's take a look over here. GJ, 4-hour chart. Took entry at the 139,930 as soon as it started breaking below the previous 30-minute candle. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Looks like a lot of people took the same trades here today. Man, GJ is a soul catcher. A soul catcher. You guys seen that movie Blade? Blade 1, Blade 2, Blade 3 is pretty old. Blade movie. This guy used to catch vampires.
Is that Wesley Snipes?
Wesley Snipes, yeah. Blade. So that's what GJ is. GJ is Wesley Snipes, and all you guys are vampires. The traders. GJ is coming to catch you. You gotta be careful, man. I find that for me also managing my loss has been the hardest hurdle for me to overcome. I get this. Yeah, so basically, whenever you take a loss, it's a very emotional emotional time when you take a loss. You know, so you really have to keep your emotions in check and then see that, okay, what did I do wrong? Don't look at a loss as if like, oh man, another loss, or don't take it a loss in a way that, oh, you know, like it's just another loss, like, okay, it was a bad trade. Look to see why it was a bad trade. Because if you took a loss, someone took a win, and you need to know why that person took a win. If you can't figure out why that person took a win, trading profitably is going to be a really, really long job over here, right? So you really need to see that, okay, why you're taking the loss and how you could have taken the win. That's really important. That's where most of your learning is going to come. Why did you draw a zone at 140.040? Oh, 140.050. Oh, because this is the area that I'm keeping in mind, you know, because price tried to like kind of like have resistance here, kind of like consolidation here to the left hand side. So as price would come up, we're keeping this area in our mind that, okay, if price comes up, there's a potential for it to reject this area. Even though you have clean candles, I'm saying there's a potential it can reject this area. That's why we have it there at 140.050. All we know is all we know. Oh, all we need now is for Boris Johnson to say something and Brexit, and we're gonna do some weird shit again. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Brexit is still going on. Let's take a look at this chart over here, boys and girls. This is waiting for price to pull back into support, then flip bullish, breaking current candle. If we get a close with bullish candle, wick to the top, we can continue going up. Makes sense. Makes sense, but we continued going down over here. So that analysis is, yeah. I was expecting it to kind of like respect this area and continue up as well, but it didn't. It is what it is.
Could that be considered like a double top on the 30-minute?
On the 30-minute, no. No, I don't see a double top. Let's take a look at this chart here. Entered when the 30-minute candle closed above 139,900. Had stopped below the 15-minute candle. Closed half at 8 pips. Oh. Yeah, see, this wasn't a good trade at all. Come on, Lloyd. We wanted another candle to show some sort of a confirmation here because the 5-minute candle closed bearish. So you needed a candle to kind of like, you need time frames to close in your favor. You know, even if it goes towards the 5-minute time frame, you need time frames to close in your favor. Because if this was closing bearish, you needed a bullish candle to kind of like justify that move up. It is what it is. You know, we learn from our mistakes. So see here, we're also coming down to creating this small range. So now see, as price starts creating small ranges, this means that the volume is kind of like decreasing at this point, right? So we're creating a small range over here. So we're going to see what happens here. This candle is about to close in 9 minutes. Wow, gold is breaking up now. Where did we get the zone from? This is on the 1 hour. Okay, this is on the 1 hour. We're breaking above, coming into another rejection area at 1888, right over here. And if we cross 1888, 1887, I guess we can continue on towards 1892. We have these different ranges here. I have a question. When you declare your profits to pay taxes, okay, do you provide the accountant only bank statement or broker statement? You only provide the bank statement. But if you want to claim losses as expenses, then you have to provide the broker statements. That's what you got to do. That's what I did in 2017. 2017, I showed my losses, you know, the commissions paid and all that. So that accounts towards your expenses. All right, so we're coming up over here. Because taking a loss here, I mean, it's just the same as expense, right? Like if you're making money, at the same time you're losing money, right? So you can fight it. You're losing money. That's your expense. You know, you're paying commissions, that's your expense because it's costing you to trade. You know, that's your commission, so that's your expense. So I would say if you're trying to like, you know, do that, I would say start trading under a corporate account. Because if you trade under a corporate account, not only you get tax benefits, but like those are tax benefits basically. You can show your losses and expenses. Bitcoin heading to 90,000 next market cycle. It's a no-brainer. Perfect. 90,000 it is for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Do you only use one bank account for your business and trading? No. I use the same bank, but I don't use the same bank account. I use the same bank. I have like four accounts on one bank. You know, it just builds relationships with that bank. How strong are these levels? Pretty strong. It's not about these levels, but it's about these levels here to the left hand side. So yeah, so you need price to break above this area to continue up, which it isn't at this point. When you say corporate account, does it matter LLC or S Corp? I'm not sure about S Corp, but in Canada, it's better to have a corporate account. In Canada, we don't have LLCs anyway. LLC is still good though. Like we have like you can incorporate in Canada and that works well for you. Do you set aside 20% every time you withdraw taxes? To be honest, no. I don't look that far ahead in time. I just let my accountant tell me what the tax is going to be, and then we work from there. But for sales and stuff like that, I mean, it's a good idea to put aside 13%, 15%, because you never know how much CRA is going to try to ding you. So it's better to be on the safe side. If you draw a zone, do you start at the 30-minute and you end on the 4-hour, or the other way around? It's the other way around. You start from the 4-hour and then you start going down to the 30-minute. You start going down to the 1-hour time frame. No, the 1-hour, the 30-minute, the 15-minute, and you try to like adjust the zones based on those time frames. So I think a better thing is to like send a chart so that we can see your chart and like kind of like guide you better in that way. How did you go about with the structuring? Did you set up it yourself, or did you get an accountant to do it on set? Opening a corporation is pretty easy. You can just like file your papers and you get a corporation set up in about in a day. That's it. And then you tell your accountant what you want to do, and then they can kind of like guide you through the process. All right. Let's see here. This is coming from... Oh, nothing. That's it. Now, we're in a tiny range over here. There's no buys. There's no sells. 10 pip range, 11 pip range. Pretty small range, means less volume. If you break below this area here, then we can probably continue down towards 139, 570. But so far, man, just enjoy Friday. Like don't try to force any trades on a Friday here. Wow, gold did a big retracement over here on the 1-minute time frame a little bit, and now continuing up over here. Like if we get a break above 1888, 1887, we should continue up towards 1892. We're gonna take a look at it. Hey coach, like the t-shirt there, man. Thank you. Thank you. This shirt says GJ Killer. GJ Killer. Not slaying anything here today. Does the CRA tax your income in Pakistan? No. No. CRA can only tax you if you bring money in Canada. If you don't bring money in Canada, they can't tax you because it's not in Canada. So even if you place money offshore, they can't really touch it because it's not in Canada, right? And then you got to pay taxes based on that jurisdiction. Hey Raja, please review my Euro New Zealand idea. Same thing happened during the London session. Also, please shout out to Kenya. Hey, shout out to Kenya. All right, let's take a look over here. This is going to be... All right. This is Euro New Zealand is doing the same triangle, exactly the same. Obviously, need to wait for candles to close. Okay, looks good. I think what you can do is you can maybe move your area from down where you have this yellow line to maybe up over here, right? So maybe aim for price to break this area to continue up, because there was a little bit of a consolidation here, like rejection. So it's better to wait for price to break above this area to continue up. But otherwise, the idea is good. I guess you just have to wait a little bit. In my opinion, that's what I think. Alright, I heard traditional banks hate or avoid opening accounts for trading, or you kind of make it for other purposes. No, they don't. Banks really don't mind whatever you open the account for as long as you got money coming in. That's it. The bank's job is to store your money. The banks don't give two shits about what you do with that money. Unless it's something illegal, or unless there's some like bad. I mean, let's say you're getting deposits of $2,000, and all of a sudden you get a deposit of like 50 grand. Then the banks is gonna be like, hey man, what's going on over here? Like I remember my first big withdrawal was like 40,000. It came in, and bank called me. Bank's like, hey, there's a flag on your account. I'm like, what's the flag on the account? They're like, well, you had a large deposit come in. So, so they look for patterns, if they see a pattern of like, like 5,000 come in, 8,000, 6,000, 5,000, all of a sudden you got 40,000 coming in, then the bank is going to be like, hey, Mr. Raja, what's going on? Because like, what's going to happen is then there might be CRA involved. They might say that, hey, they might tell the banks, hey man, like listen, if there are any unusual patterns, let us know. So whenever there's an unusual pattern, they will ask me first, and if I can't answer correctly, then down the road they might tell CRA that, hey, yeah, this guy, he brought in 40,000, which is unaccounted for, so we don't know what's going on. So you gotta just go to the bank and say, oh yeah, this is what I do, this is where it's coming from, so then it's all good. But they flagged you for it sometimes. From experience, January is a low volume month for pound yen, or is it just December? To be honest, I've seen volume die coming up towards Christmas, and then I've seen volume pick up a little bit because Boxing Day sale, and then I've seen volume die again closer to the New Year's Eve, and then I've seen low volume in the first week of January, and then volume comes back again in the second week of January. So, but like again, like this time is going to be very different, extremely different, because the reason why it's going to be very different is because, we have lockdowns. We have the vaccines in January coming in now, so it's a lot of things happening. So, I can't say anything. What I'm expecting is a really high volume month in January and February. I'm expecting really high volume months there, because we're looking at more lockdowns coming in 2021. They're also talking about the virus mutating, so who knows what's going on over there. Probably it's going to mutate into Ninja Turtles or something, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, man. You guys remember when the turtles mutated into Ninja Turtles? Bigger, stronger Ninja Turtles. So this COVID-19 is going to mutate into a Ninja COVID. It was already on BBC. They were talking about COVID-21. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Johnson just released something on Forex Live about our position is we want to keep talking if there's a chance of Brexit deal. So
yeah, they've been talking since June 2016. They can't get their shit straight. Come on, it's been years they've been deciding this.
It's brutal. I just can't wait that to be done.
Oh, Kenya is pronounced as Kenya. Oh, nice. Okay. Kenya. Shout out to Kenya. I'm a professional trader and account manager. I have 3 years trading experience. Oh, okay, perfect. Hey Raja, I took this trade earlier. Yeah, that was the only comment someone made. I'm like, oh, okay. Please write an essay on about me. I'm a professional trader and account manager. Pound yen 5-minute chart, 15-minute candle close above consolidation. Oh wow, look at this. Beautiful. Take a look at this over here, right? This is the 5-minute chart here, and I'm going to compare this 5-minute chart with what happened on pound yen right over here on the 5-minute, right? So take a look at this. This candle closed above this resistance, and next candle closed bearish, right? So for price to move up, you wanted the next candle to go bullish, break above, and then go up. And if you look at this chart over here, this is almost the same situation, right? 5-minute candle broke up, closed bullish. Next candle, 5-minute candle, next candle closed bearish. And when the candle started breaking the high, that's when this person took a buy. This person's name is Arbindra, 1234. Right? Then he took a buy over here for price to continue going up. He didn't take a buy over here on the buy when we started breaking the highs over here. So I think Lloyd, when you made a mistake, was that when this candle was bearish, so you needed candles to close bullish to continue going up. So yeah, I like that example. Very nice trade. Looks like we're coming back down to the support here over here in pound yen. Is there a setup where you identify that it's a fake out and now you trade the fake out direction? Yes. But it's not here today. All right, gold is close at that resistance here as well. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, I mean, 4 hours coming back up over here. Now the idea is that will this continue moving up in this wick rejection area, or are we just going to come up and reject it just like we rejected it before? So now we need confirmations on the smaller time frames, right? So if we see candles inching bullish here slowly, I think that would give us confidence that price should continue moving bullish till 1891 at least. Hey Raja, do you think if you traded this month you would have struggled as well? Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the price action I've been seeing this month, man, jeez, crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, New York session has been just pretty odd this month, and I'm pretty glad I didn't trade this month. I'm actually glad that VantageFX left Canada, so I wasn't able to trade. So the broker said, nah, man, we're leaving. See ya. So yeah. So I think in like a week and a half, I'm probably gonna decide what broker I'm gonna go with. Yeah, it's gonna be a big thing. We're gonna see we have some things in works over here.
What do you look on a broker to go with? Leverage, basically, right?
Yeah, I mean, they should put my trades in profit. There shouldn't be any drawdown. There should be 0 commissions.
50% back on losses.
Oh yeah, 50% back, 100% back on losses, you know.
So since you know,
no
all this new brokerage thing is the new hype, as well as sport cars. You know, having a sport cars for any kind of Forex. Are you considering to open your own brokerage or not?
That's a good idea, Kervin.
Yeah.
That's a good idea because I got the capital.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah. That's an interesting idea.
You have the plug because it's basically just contact Ted, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna help you out.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wow, wee wee FX.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
Gulag FX.
Yeah, you know what? You gave me something to think about.
Yeah, man. Trust.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Gulag FX. You know, if it does happen, I think we'll have to do something different with that.
No spread on GJ.
Yeah, like
liquidity providers are gonna be nah.
yeah, you know, like because I was looking at VantageFX and I was looking to see what I saw was that this year alone I paid almost like 40,000 in commissions, right? 40,000 in commissions, and I was thinking about this, like, okay, if Vantage is making this money, what if there was a way that I could use these commissions to get something, right? Let's say if VantageFX had, let's say, this big trader course, you know, and they said, okay, this course costs, let's say, $1,200, you know, but you can use your commissions to pay for that course. You know, it's kind of like incentivizing people to trade, and once they're trading, they can possibly use their commissions to, you know, get that course so they don't have to pay any extra, and that way not only they're trading properly, but they're also learning how to trade properly too.
Yeah, think about this, because owning a brokerage, and then you can add services as, you know, getting the market fluidity teaching for free, basically. You know, that's gonna call like a lot of people going to your brokerage, because there's a lot of misinformation in the market, in this media right now. So if you add the service of getting, you know, teachings for free, webinars and all the stuff, if they belong to your brokerage, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
You're gonna make a webinar this December for free for everybody. So
yes.
imagine you owning a brokerage and you can do that maybe once a month. That's awesome.
Kervin's giving some bad ideas to me, man. You guys have to stop him now. Crazy ideas. No, no, but this makes sense because, at the end of the day, I mean, there are brokers everywhere, right? We have brokerages. All brokerages operate the same way. I mean, you get withdrawals, you get deposits, but there aren't any incentives. So you're right. Like I think traders they need to be incentivized to trade and to make commissions for brokers. So yeah, man, this is pretty interesting. We're gonna take a look into this.
You get a free hat if you get 5 trades in a row.
You get five winning trades in a row.
I like it.
Yeah, no,
And
it's
I'm
gonna
sure
be.
you get a pretty good uncle that can coach you on that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. We shall see. Because I've been thinking about it since last year. I've been thinking about it since last year. So now Kerwin just
Brokerages don't really have profiles, right? Like,
profiles.
imagine like if I sign up for a brokerage, right? I don't know who's on that, but imagine I can go on to this brokerage, which would be, let's say, yours, and I can see, if I opt in, I can show some of my trades and research and stuff like that. So it's also kind of like a educational platform as well, like the ideas section in TradingView, except this would be for the traders that are in this brokerage.
Yeah, exactly. This will have to be a very well thought out ideas because I've seen a lot of brokerages pop up in the last 2-3 years, and I've seen a lot of mistakes brokerages have made too, like not being able to withdraw. I mean, hitting certain standards to withdraw, like spread issues, commission issues. So yeah, this will have to be a very well thought out idea. So we're gonna see what happens here. The bad thing is that you will realize who is overtrading. Oh no, you can't. Because as far as I know, that if you own a brokerage, I'm not sure what the right word is, but I'm going to use the word NDA, is that you need permission to look at those things. Yeah, let's put it that way. All right. What do you think about IC Markets, guys? I think, man, IC Markets is any Forex broker. I think IC Markets is goals for any Forex broker. They have a huge market share for Asia, Europe. I mean, it's crazy. South America. IC Markets is huge. They're making millions and millions of dollars a year, man. IC Markets is like the Louis Vuitton of shoes, or bags or whatever you like. But how do the B-book... Oh, but how... What? But, okay, I'm going to read this just the way this person typed it. But how do the B-book and A-book traders... That's what the person typed. How do the B-book and A-book traders... I guess what they wanted to say is, but how do brokers A-book and B-book trades, right? I think brokers that don't focus on trader development, there's a lot of B-booking happening there, right? But when you're focused on trader development, then basically if you're trying to help traders win, so you can't B-book them, because B-booking basically means that you're trying to take trades against them, anticipating for them to lose, right? So if you're a trader who's winning, there's no way to B-book you because you already know how to win. So when you try to B-book a trader that's already winning, it's basically, I mean, you're just going to lose money there. So you guys better make sure you guys win. Because when you're winning, that's pretty awesome. At the same time, we have these live streams running, so I don't think anyone should be losing. I mean, the only time you should be losing if you're over trading or if you're over risking. That's about it. Are you going to have a sponsor logo on your screen in the future? I mean, like Optimum Nutrition or Red Bull? Man, what does Red Bull have to do with trading? Optimum Nutrition? No, probably not. Probably not. The only logo you see here is the market fluidity logo.
And you used to have your logo on the back of your screen, right? On your trading view.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask you in private how to.
Oh, that's on XSplit. Yeah, that's
Oh.
on XSplit. That's from my streaming app. So basically, you can just add like a background there, and then you can set the opacity to like 10% or 15%.
Oh, there we go.
All right, let's see over here. Hey, Raja, when will you start trading next year for yourself? When will that be? Not in the live stream or... Yeah, so I'm going to start back on the 10th of January. Yeah, 10th of January, I'm going to come back. Looks like GU is trying to move up over here. This candle is about to close on a 30-minute time frame. Pretty... Kerwin, what do you think about gold?
I'm still pretty bullish on gold. Last night during Mac Attack streaming, we talked with Jiben about gold coming to around 1872, somewhere there to create support, and if this support was respected, we most likely have another bullish run for today on gold. So far, basically, we created this support right here around 1878, and it's basically respecting this support. So and if you're a cowboy, if you know how gold behaves, you had this nice confirmation for support to be created around this area. Your entry stop loss from there about 30 pips, but at that point, if you go to the lower time frames, you're gonna start looking for a structure in the market based on the 5 minutes. So easily you can adjust your stop loss below any 5-minute candle, knowing that you can retest somewhere to the bottom side, but bigger time frames gold is still pretty bullish. So last night we saw some sales on gold happening, but I didn't do anything. First of all, I'm not trading anymore. But that didn't mean that I'm gonna, if I'm looking at the market structure, I'm not gonna be looking for gold sales unless we start breaking below 1872. If you squeeze to the left, yeah. So you remember yesterday we were looking for buys on gold somewhere here, right? At the break of this candle, because it was pre-New York session, and somebody asked, what about gold going to 1890, 18 something, 1890, something like that? And I told them, yeah, you can get there today, but look for any pullbacks, because squeeze the chart to the upside, please, Raja. No, I want to see the right there. So basically, pre-New York session, you're always gonna have this kind of structure, a fresh support before New York opening, right? So we know that gold tends to retrace toward previous areas. So at that point, you can look for buys above this area or sells below this area, pre-New York, because once you have this kind of structure, gold can give you nice moves either way, but it made sense yesterday for gold to retrace and come toward this area, which is 1872, somewhere here. But we failed to break basically that area, the support that was created pre-New York session. So that yesterday was a blessed move, 50 something, more than 50 pips. But I saw this candle, this candle, I think it was turning bullish, and the hourly candle was doing nice break of a structure from here, and we had this beautiful move toward 1890. It was like 60 pips or so. But still, gold still, this basically what is happening right now on gold is basically just a pause. It's a breather. So far you're gonna have some sort of range, something like this. In the ideally you're gonna have this small range on gold. You may have a break from there, a candle retesting this low, but as long the candles start closing inside this range, which is the 1885, you can look for more buys above this area once you create this small range in this area. So it's gonna be a nice move on gold if you can get this move, even though you can get a break from here, but the body of the candle closing above this area, and you have candles forming like this. Look for buys, to retest the weekly, the daily wick. That'd be an easy play for gold today. I'm still bullish on gold.
Yeah, me too. I was actually looking at this candle right over here as it was coming up. It was about to break, so I was going to point out that if it breaks here, we can continue moving up, but it didn't break here. So it looks like if
it's gonna create a small range pretty New York.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Why you not trade this month? Plenty of opportunities. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. In life, you're going to get a lot of opportunities. And as you grow up, as you go through the cycles of life, you're going to understand that not all opportunities are worth taking. So there are opportunities, but it's just a matter of fact that, okay, are you going to take all those opportunities, or are you going to take a break for your own, to preserve your own sanity? Because think about this. If you take losses during the holidays, oh man, first of all, you're taking losses buying gifts anyway, and then you're going to take losses in trading, and that, man, it's going to be pretty hard. Hey, Troy Walker, Raja, it's my birthday today. I'm on your channel every day. Can you read this? Yeah.
She just did.
Can you read this? Yes.
Happy birthday then.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Troy Walker. Oh, what's this? Oh boy, how do you stop this? Holy. Alright, close it. There you go, Troy Walker. Happy birthday, man. We never did this for anyone. You're the first one we played a sound for. Alright, do you consider formations like double tops or double bottoms? No. Basically, no. I try to see, let's say if you're going to get a double bottom or double top on a 4-hour time frame, I'll try to see how can I get into that buy if prices are going to come down based on a small time frames to see if you can get a support to come up. But if you can see price right now, oh wow, GU did went up here. I was actually looking at this for anticipating it to go up. Did continue go up. Yeah, it's clean range here to the left hand side. Yeah, it's going to continue going up over here, it looks like. Pound, dollar. Let's take a look at Chinese indicator. We don't really do this on Friday, but this has caught my attention now. Alright, let's just close this Chinese indicator. Okay, so see now, pound USD is moving up. I think the reason why it's moving up more than pound yen is because the dollar is weak. Because when the dollar is weak, you have pound USD move a lot. The reason why pound yen is not moving, because I guess pound is not moving at all. There's like no volume in pound right now, but there's volume in pound USD because the USD is weak. That's pushing pound USD up. So in that sense, you can say that, okay, pound yen and pound USD, they don't move the same way. But if you look at the London session, pound yen and pound USD, they move the same way because the only currency influencing that pair is just pound. Did you work in oil field to be a driller or roughneck? I was actually a roughneck. So this is what I used to do before I did door-to-door. Roughneck. Oh,
That's a tough job, right?
Yeah, man, it was pretty fun.
I I was doing mining in my country, working with those driller things, and even though our machine was smaller than the ones you guys used, those pipelines are fucking heavy, man.
Oh yeah, they were really heavy. Oh yeah, this is what we used to do.
Power up with the refund.
This is like memories now. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, that's what we used to do. First I was this guy, the guy with the green hat, and then I graduated to be the roughneck, the guys who actually do the work. Yeah, these are heavy tongs. These are like your giant pliers, you know. So you hold the pipe, they tighten the pipe over here. I think they're tripping out. Yeah, they're tripping in. Oh no, sorry, they're tripping out. They're opening the pipe, right? So they're taking the pipe out of the hole. It's interesting because the way the pipe goes down, it goes down like this. Like it goes in the ground vertically and then it becomes horizontal. Yeah, see, they take the filter out and then they will like put this down to the catwalk. This is really heavy, what they're doing right over here. Oh, they're tripping in. Yeah, now this pipe will go inside. This is what we do all day long, man. All day long. There's some really strong people who work with us too.
That's impressive.
Yeah. All right, thanks for all the... Oh, Billy P donated $25. Thank you for all your help, Raja. I ended December at 77%. In October, I blew my account with 62 trades. Holy.
Wow.
This month, I only took 12 smart trades and patient trades with 0 losses. Shout out to you, Ted, Eleanor, Kervin, Sacha, and King Mac. Oh, wow, man. This is beautiful. I'm going to screenshot this and I'm going to put this on my story later on. Absolutely amazing.
That's a huge progress, man.
Yeah, man. So this clearly shows that if you overtrade, you're not going to make money. Even though you think you're going to make money, overtrading, you're not going to make money at all. You're going to lose money. So, you know, I think taking 1 or 2 trades a day and really focusing on small trades, man, your profitability goes up. That's what I used to think too. Like, the more trades I'm going to take, the more money I'm going to set out to make. You know, that goes up to the comment someone made before that, isn't this month has a lot of opportunities? See, it does, but it's not okay for you to take all those opportunities. You just got to be a little mature about trading here. So that's very nice, very nice. Thanks, Bill. We're going to do I'm probably going to donate that. Oh, I have to do a donation too. Later on we'll do it. Sometimes, you know, I mumble things I shouldn't mumble. And then I go back to the stream and I re-listen what I said and then I crop out those parts. Because, you know, so some information shouldn't be out there. Was working on the rigs dangerous? Yeah, it was dangerous. One of our buddies got hit by a pipe. So what we were doing was, so you know how they're taking this pipe over here, we're bringing this pipe back over here, and he stood in the way and the pipe hit him on the head. He had the helmet on, but he was a dumbass, man. What's that comment? All I can see are about 1,000 different ways for me to lose an arm or a leg. That is true. That's true.
Hey Raja, how's it going? This is Jeffrey.
Hey Jeffrey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I've got a question about you and US30. You told us a month ago or something like this that you already tried to trade a US30, and they didn't work with you. I never tried to trade US30, but why you told to yourself, I mean, you said, okay, it didn't work with me.
Yeah, the reason it didn't work with me was because I was looking at US30 during pre-New York, right? From 6:30 till 9 a.m. Eastern. And what I found out was that there was no volume in US30 during that time. Well, most of the time, there was no volume. The volume came in as we got closer to New York Stock Exchange. So that's when the volume came in, because later on I would look at the chart and I would say, oh, price moved at that point, and I remember Ted and Kervin used to trade. I mean, if they still do US 30, so they would always talk about US 30 after NYC Open, So for that reason, I said, okay, yeah, it's not going to work out for me because of the time,
Okay.
Yeah. Are your trades based on pips or your risk reward? It's mostly based on pips, but also you got to keep risk reward in check as well. But it's mostly based on pips there. What was the rig you worked on? It was a tele-double top drive. Tele-double top drive. Savannah Drilling. Rig number 208. All right, let's take a look over here. Now I'm realizing to take your advice about trading a real account with small lot than a demo paper trade. Yes, that is absolutely true. Moderna vaccine overwhelmingly approved. Distribution to start immediately. Beautiful, amazing. I think everyone's gonna. Here's what's going on, right? I'll tell you what's going on. This is what I think. It may not be true, right? Now, when they say, okay, we're going to give everyone vaccines, everyone's going to be like, oh no, we don't want the vaccines, this and that. No. So slowly what their plan is to get everyone vaccinated till next September, October. To slowly to start to make it normal. They're going to start showing it on TV a lot. Everyone's getting a vaccine. So slowly we're going to get programmed to say, okay, it's totally okay. Anyway, whatever we say, everyone's going to get the vaccine. It's just going to get normal for everybody. No one's not getting it, because if you don't get it, then there'll be some restrictions. It's not mandatory, but there's going to be restrictions. Wouldn't be able to go to the gym, the grocery stores, the banks. Nowhere. So are you trade in Euro USD? No, we don't trade in Euro USD, but you can basically send a chart and we're going to be able to look at that. I'm graduating from petroleum engineering, and right now I'm very happy to know that you were in the same field as me. It makes me think that everything is possible and I can trade like you someday. You know what? When we were working on the oil rigs, this is nice weather, right? We were working at minus 30 degrees, minus 40 degrees. This one time with wind chill, it was minus 45. And we would get petroleum engineers, they'd be sitting in their nice warm trucks and just like watching us. That's a good job, man. Being a petroleum engineer, you get to travel a lot, you get to see a lot of places, and it's a really, really good job. So I would say focus on your job and keep trading as a hobby on the side. What do you think about Pepperstone Broker? I have no idea. I know they exist, but I've never traded on it. I have no idea. I'm wondering why you don't use the 1 minute time frame for entry and signals. For my experience, price action looks the same, just a lot faster. Yep. But I'm mostly comfortable on the 30 minute, 15 minute, and sometimes 5 minute. They said that people with allergies shouldn't take the vaccine. Maybe there's a way out. Yeah. Maybe if you're allergic to drawdowns, you can probably show them your trading history. Hey, look, guys, I'm allergic to drawdowns. I can't take the vaccine.
Can you imagine?
But I'm allergic to drawdowns, man. Come on. They were like, whoa, what's that? You can say, oh, that's trading withdrawal symptoms. Can you take a look at the trade I took today? Let's take a look at your trade you took today. This is GU. I executed this trade at the break of the support. I think a better entry would have been after the candle broke the low, but I waited for the 5 minute candle to close. What do you think? I think it's good, and I think your better entry was right over here when we were breaking this area. I don't know why you waited for all this long to take a sell, but this was your entry right over here. once we broke the low, or once this candle closed below, a better entry would have been right over here at the start of this candle, anticipating it to come down because we already broke this minor support. We already made a low, consolidated at the previous consolidation, so still a pretty good trade. So I think whenever you get a winning trade, always look to see how could you had a better entry in that winning trade. When you win trades, look to see for better entries. If you lose a trade, look to see how you could have taken that winning trade. You know, I'm very self-analytical, man. I mean, when I look at my performance, I go through the entire live stream and I look to see where I called out trades, where I took trades, and sometimes, you know, when the things don't are right, man, I like really analyze, like, hey, why'd this happen, Raja Banks? Why'd this happen? Because you're here to make money, you know, and if you don't study your moves, you're not going to make money. You look at all the fighters, you look at all the big athletes, the boxers, they always look at their highlights. Hell, man, like if you're playing a team sport like football or rugby, they're all watching their highlights because they want to see how they could have performed better. If they don't see that, they won't be able to correct on their mistakes. They won't be able to train harder. No. They'll just be like, you know, walking in the dark. So it's very important to, whenever you take trades or take losses or wins, it's always better to look back and say that, okay, how you could have done better. It's so, so important. I think for people who play sports, they can really, like, you know, appreciate that you have to always look to see how you could have done better.
Coach, quick question. How would you, so what I realized is most of my losses are from impulse entries. The ones that, because the trades that I take right now are like 1 to 2 trades a day, same as you. And I was posting all my trades to you at one period as well. So what I realized though is most of my losses are impulse entries. So how would you filter out which impulse entry to take and which one not to take? Because I know sometimes, like, we wait for like a 30-minute close, but then we miss the move. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
see, the thing is, maybe you don't have enough practice to like, you know, see impulse entries. Because thing is, when I started noticing impulse entries, this took me around 8 months to kind of figure out what an impulse entry is. You know, and then it took me like 4 more months to kind of like, you know, be certain that, okay, this certain entry is going to work. And the way that happened was because, you know, sometimes when we're waiting for a candle to close on GJ, let's say you're waiting for a 15-minute candle to close, or you're waiting for a 30-minute candle to close, and the price just keeps on moving, right? Before the candle had actually closed. So I was missing trades. So I think it's really important before we start focusing on impulse entries to actually sit and wait to miss the move. It may sound counterintuitive, but like, you know, for the long term, it's better because once you're missing moves, then you can start to identify that, okay, where could I have taken an impulse entry? And then you're going to make a note of that. Sometimes it's going to be very clear to you, and sometimes it's not going to be very clear. You know, but when it's clear, you're going to start to identify those impulse entries which are very, very clear. For example, you know, when we have consolidation, right? Or let's say when we have consolidation, I think a better example we can look at on the 15-minute right over here. Right here. So we had consolidation over here. Candle closed below support, but not all the way below it, kind of like at support, but kind of like below these candles. A good impulse entry would have been price came down, broke the low, we had clean candles, it worked perfectly, no problem. Right? So that would be a really good impulse entry. But sometimes, you know, like you can miss the move. So when you're missing moves, you're making notes. That, okay, how could this have been worked? And then if you do this for about 3 months, 4 months, you're going to start to identify that, okay, maybe certain impulse entries work, and these group of impulse entries, I may have to be very careful on these with a lower risk or whatever. But like impulse entries is an advanced topic, and it takes time to really truly understand it.
What about GJ now? I wouldn't have entered GJ right now, for example, because it just went from nowhere.
This I would regard as something I would never take as an impulse entry.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't take that as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't, because the one reason why I wouldn't take this as an impulse entry, because we had rejections here before, and we just don't know whether price is gonna. It's breaking the lows, but will it reject it or will it go all the way down? That's something we don't know. Number 2, the stop loss
too wide.
Doesn't make sense.
I usually wait for the candles to come closer to the support, and then once we're close to the support, then I would take it. But any fast move like this, 90% of the time I know it's gonna come back or something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, no, right. I think the better opportunity would be like I try to like visualize my moves before they happen, right? And what I'd be looking for is for this candle to kind of like close like this. So I'm going to draw a candle right over here. So I'm going to expect this candle to close like this. And if the next candle starts breaking the low, that's going to be the point where I'm going to take a sell. Once it starts breaking the low to continue down. Or if the next candle closes like this bearish, then I might want to take a sell on the next candle and entry above the previous one in order for it to continue down.
Yeah.
But if I don't see this happen, I'm not going to enter a trade.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So like, you know, once you see impulse entries happen, you try to like map them out in your mind before they happen. Like you try to like visualize that, okay, what exactly do you want to see to take a trade? And also, like, you know, at the same time, like if you're taking losses on impulse entry, I mean, just, you know, send me the chart if you want and we can go over it. No problem.
Cool. I will do. Thanks, coach.
Yeah, no problem. But like impulse entries, it personally took me a long time to kind of like.
I've been watching them. I've been setting them out, and I've been watching them, and then I've had some that have gone my way. But of course, there's been some that hasn't. Like I'll put it to you like this: you see the 30-minute that was breaking out. See, I took the one that you said was risky. 30-minute breaking up. So basically. What I thought was, well, if we went all the way, I don't even know how to draw on your chart, but so it was I'll tell you what candle it was. It was the 11:30 candle for me on my time frame. I'm London, so one left from that. Yeah, the green one, the bullish candle. Yeah, so we broke the lows of the previous candle, and then we went to a zone. We rejected it, and then we started to come up. So if you drop into the 15-minute now, okay. So we closed. Yes, that's how we closed. So I thought if we couldn't break the lows, and if we couldn't, well, it did break the 30-minute lows, and it didn't continue because of the support. It rejected the support. So I thought it would only make sense for it to move up because we're in pre-New York. I mean, there's volume. So if we drop into the 5-minute now, yeah, this is so in the 5-minute. Well, I saw this close. I waited for this to close. I waited for it to do a pullback on the candle to its right. So I waited, to its right. So you see right. Then left, coach. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the bullish candle closed. So I thought it done a pullback. So I thought on the break of that, it would only make sense. So on the break of it, I took 2 entries.
Okay.
And I put, because it was a risky trade, I put my stop loss below that 5-minute candle.
Right here?
Yeah. No. Yeah, where it done the pullback, exactly. So I thought if it done the pullback already, it shouldn't come back to that point once we start breaking it. So
that was bad.
Was it?
That was bad because that's 5-minute. It's impossible. It's impossible. 5-minute, very, very weak confirmation time frame. This adventure you can only do on the 30-minute time frame or the 15-minute because it's 5-minute. That's very, very, very risky, extremely risky. Because I mean, if you're counting on the fact the 5-minute is breaking the high and you're placing the stop below the 5-minute candle, which is like, let's say it's 5 pips, you know, your spread is almost 2 pips, so you got a 3 pip breathing room. 100% getting stopped out.
Yeah, what I was considering was because we already broke the 30-minute highs on with the 30-minute candle.
Yeah,
so that's what I was
even if you took a buy over here, and if you had a stop loss below the 5-minute candle, the one that broke out, that would have made much more sense. And then once this 5-minute candle closed bearish, then you should have closed like 50% and let the rest run. And then obviously, it didn't really work out because, one candle breaking above doesn't mean it's going to go up.
No.
Yeah.
So when it closed bearish, I just closed out my trade.
See,
I had 4 pips. stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So see right here, this is something that I would want to see. Candle broke down, closed below, left a wick over here. Next candle starting to break the low for it to continue down. Now, since this range is a smaller range now, it doesn't really make sense because it's like a 5 to 6 pip range. But if this was a bigger range, it would have made much more sense to take this trade and anticipate price to continue down.
Yeah. On the 15-minute or the 5-minute though?
Whatever time frame this is. This is the 5-minute, yeah.
Wait for the 15-minute close.
Yeah, it's still about to close over here.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, if you have this move pre-New Year opening, most likely you're gonna have a small retest to the upside or a straight drop with the next hourly candle. All depends on how this 1 hour candle close. If this 1 hour candle decide to move below 600 level, then most likely the next hour candle is just gonna be a straight drop.
GU retraced heavy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of trouble for GJ to the left hand side. Yes. This big rejection here which we had yesterday. Huge rejection here we had yesterday. Let's take a look at here. Do you think it's still possible to become a profitable trader at gold if the person doesn't have any previous experience with trading? Yes. But he focused just on gold from the start, or it's better to start with the pairs first? I think starting with the lower volatile pair, like Euro JPY, USD JPY, it's gonna be better because then you want to graduate towards gold. Gold is like okay, let's say you drive a motorcycle and the motorcycle you drive is, let's say it's 150cc. So that's like your USD JPY or Euro JPY, and now all of a sudden you're like, hey, let me try that 1000cc motorbike. It's not gonna go well. So gold is like your 1000cc motorbike, and USD JPY are your entry pairs. You start slower, you start to understand price action, you develop more price action and understanding, and then you go into it. So if you're starting with gold, I think it's going to be a very tough ride here for you because gold, man, it moves a lot. You have to be very careful with it. It takes a bit of a skill to jump between 5, 15, and 30. I take entries only on 15 and 30 at the moment as I'm not confident. That's absolutely true. I only, majority of the time, focus on 15-minute and 30-minute. Majority of the time. Sometimes, when things are moving really fast, I'll take a look at the 5-minute, but majority is going to be on the 15-minute. When to start trading full-time and quit your job? Is it not the goal to create freedom and not trade our time for money? Well, it depends what your goals are, Like we have some really successful traders here who work full-time as well, and they really like their jobs. So it depends on what your goals are, where you are in life, what you want out of life. Like we have guys here who trade as a hobby and they trade really well and they work at the same time, and also they got families. So it all depends on what you want to do. What pair did you start with? I started with USD CAD, and the only reason I started with USD CAD was because I live in Canada. CAD made sense, and the US is right next door, so it made sense to trade USD CAD. And then we figured out quickly that USD CAD is influenced by the USD and the CAD, and sometimes it ranges when both currencies are strong or weak. So then moved to USD JPY, and the reason we moved to USD JPY was because that pair was only influenced by one currency. It made sense. Ooh, it's 8 a.m. here. Hey Raja, do you advise to make a journal for all your trades? What would be the best way to do this? The best way to do this would be Okay, let's say, for example, hypothetically speaking, price is coming up over here, right? And let's say we create a resistance at this point. So what you're going to do is you're going to mark up your zones. Like you're going to make an arrow that, okay, we made a low over here, and then what happened was then we made a low, and then price had to do some sort of a retest at this point to maybe, like, you know, continue down to maybe this area right over here. And what you're going to do is you will take a screenshot of this, right? You'll take a screenshot of this, and then you're going to see if price really played out to your downside. If price played out to your downside, now you're going to start to label this, okay, this was a good trade, should have taken this trade, I would have won the trade, right? So this is going to go in your journal entry, how you felt about this trade, what kind of range you had, what volume we were in, what market session this was at, you know. So this will go in your trading. This is going to be your before chart, and once price plays out, that's going to go in your after chart, you know. So that's how you're going to journal your trades. And once you start to get good enough, you start to create like a more professional journal. You're going to add more, like, you know, captions to it, and yeah, where you go. And then once you look back on your journal, then you're going to be able to see the trades you've taken in the past and stuff like that. So it's pretty important. I'll show you guys an example of a journal here. This one example, I look at it all the time. I show guys this example all the time. This is from one of our members here in Market Fluidity. Let me show you guys here. Are you guys ready? Ready, set, and go. Yeah, this journal here. This website is called Trixie.trade. This journal is an amazing journal here. See this? So let's take a look at this win over here, right? 14th December here win. So see this? Everything is labeled, annotated, marked on. This is the 15-minute time frame. And the beauty about this journal, Trixie.trade, is that you can go to the 30-minute time frame, and you can see that same move over here in the 30-minute time frame. You can see that on the same on the 1 hour time frame. You can see the same move on the 5-minute time frame. So it's a really, really good thing here to journal, and basically you can look back and see what you did wrong and what could you have done right. You know, so it's pretty good.
Man, I have to say, after Magic Key, this is the second best tool ever, man.
Oh, really? Trixie.trade?
Yeah, man. Since you introduced that like months ago, like I think it was like in March or something.
Yeah.
February, I started journaling every single day on that Trixie trade, and it helps me so much because, like you said, you can switch from time frame to time frame, and it's not just a static pictures, you know. So
yeah, exactly. It's like TradingView journal there. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. All right, see, so this is going to be an impulse entry to take right over here. If this was on the 15-minute time frame, 100%. You know, since this is on the 5-minute time frame, probability is lower. You know, it's kind of like iffy, wishy-washy. But this is something you want to see. But also at the same time, you want a bigger range as well. You know, so this is visually what I would want to see personally on a 15-minute time frame for price to continue down. Just got on the stream. Do you screenshot your trade or upload the link to Trixie? You screenshot the trade. So basically, when you go to Trixie, right, you can get the TradingView chart there, and then you can annotate it on there, and you can basically save it. What's this? Is it better to focus one trade setup rather than more trade ideas? Just focus on one trade idea. Yeah, just focus on one trade idea. All you gotta focus on just one trade idea. If you focus on one trade idea, if it works, then focus on how to replicate that trade idea. You know, this is how, like, you know, we came up with wick fills and impulse entries, and you know, like trying to really simplify things, because if you win a trade in one way, I think you can replicate that 10 times. What's this? Can you show my example on Instagram? My Instagram is BrindyFX. All right. Let's take a look at some Instagrams here now. I think this is another. Oh, what's this? Dumo Trading. Oh, I'm trying to get him on too. Probably next year. I'm surprised he has less followers on Instagram and more on YouTube. All right. Brindy FX. Oh yes, I think we looked at this. We looked at this a couple weeks ago before. Brindy FX. Yeah, we looked at this journal. Really good too. Everything is mapped out. Everything is there. Amazing. Yeah, this is coming straight down. New York Open volume.
Yeah, and if you were looking at gold, anybody looking at gold did exactly as expected. Broke below the 1885, but created support around there. Left a wick to the bottom, and now if we break that resistance, which is 1889, somewhere there, it's gonna be a clear move to the upside. It's really easy to trade gold, to be honest.
Bank of England, UK may negative rates for full recovery. Oh wow, UK needs negative rates. Deliveries of Moderna vaccines are subject to receipt of positive opinion. Oh wow. General Adams, yeah. Oh, it's still dropping.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It will continue. Did the small retest to the previous hourly candle, now broke below. It's impulsive move.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
See, this was the perfect impulse entry to take over here. But since this wasn't enough range, that's why it wasn't perfect. But you get the idea, right? Oh wow, it's continuing over here.
Yeah, but I mean that NY open volume should break that. No.
Yep.
Only reason why I didn't enter that was because of the range.
Yeah, exactly. But like visually, this is what you want to see.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is your JPY healthy bullish candle respecting support. Okay, why expecting price to move up didn't took this trade? What do you think it went bearish? Okay, on the 30-minute time frame. So let's take a look here. So what I'm expecting, first of all, for it to continue down towards 139,500. I think that's a very strong price area there. And let's take a look at Euro JPY over here. Why did this 30-minute candle didn't go up? So let's take a look here. We had candles over here. 30-minute candle basically went down. So when we look on the 15-minute time frame and 30-minute time frame, let's identify this, right? So price came down, 30-minute candle closed bullish. It should have continued to move up. Oh, actually we're coming down over here to 500 too. All right, back over here. I get excited when price moves a lot. Right, so candle closed bullish, right? So now, first of all, what you have to identify is that when this 30-minute candle closed bullish, right, was there any confirmation on the 15-minute time frame or not? So we're going to take a look at the time, and now we're going to take a look at the 15-minute time frame right over here. So looking at the 15-minute time frame, this was a close, and I guess when the next 15, oh, actually we hit target right over here, 139,500. So this was on the volume-based move. Wow, man. NY volume really broke below the support and continued down.
We have seen this a lot of times.
Yeah, okay. So I think when the next 15-minute candle went bullish over here, weak bullish candle, it basically told us that, hey, like, you know what, maybe price is not going to go up because the volume is dying a little bit. And the next 15-minute candle closed bearish. At this point, I guess the sells, well, the buys were completely invalid at that point. So it's not a question of, okay, why it didn't go up. The question is, did we have any confirmations at this point or not? So I don't think we had any confirmations here at all. Because there was one confirmation here with this candle closing bullish. The confirmation basically ended at that point, so you just gotta accept it at that point.
But based on the higher time frames, if you look at the daily candles, there's a strong resistance at that level on EJ. Last night during Asian session, we were doing an analysis on EJ. We got nice buys on EJ last night, and was clean move. But
Nice.
there's a huge resistance.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like confirmations on the smaller time frames. Why looking at technicals didn't make sense for it to continue up.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for the answer. I want to join microfluidity, but I also trade London session because I live in the Netherlands. Is that a problem? Yeah, man, we're gonna have a problem. I think a lot of times we overthink a lot of things, and overthinking makes us not take decisions we should be taking. Was there a possibility to take a trade on the 15-minute for GJ? 15-minute on GJ, probably not, because there was a huge, I mean, on the 15-minute, your stop was pretty big, and then you were also entering this wick rejection area, so it got a little risky there. Even though you could have said, okay, you know what, the New York volume can break down, but still we had a huge rejection here, so there was no way to tell that are we going to break it or are we going to reject it. There was no way to tell that. But we've broken it, and it was broken. Now, obviously, what you would want to see is that some sort of like a retest or some sort of like consolidation, and then price breakdown to continue down. Yeah. Let's take a look on the daily. Daily is also coming down. Looking on the 4 hour, 4 hours also coming down. I think 4 hours still have some more room to continue down. Looking on the 1 hour here as well. I think if we're coming down, this should be the target here. 120, 139, 200. Probably, maybe, big maybe. But not really wanna like, you know, get in any sort of a trade on the last day of trading here.
I would take a paper trade on gold, Raja. Once we start breaking 1889, and my take profit should be 1892 easily.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, 30 pips from there.
I see that. Let's take a look over here. Oh yeah, I think even if you start breaking above 1888, 40, 1888, 50. Hey, Raja, I'm looking to take a trade on GBP-AUD. Can I get your thoughts, please? All right, let's take a look over here. You know what? I've seen GJ make some really heavy moves on Fridays. I have a feeling it may make a big move down on Friday. I don't know. It's just an intuition. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's take a look over here. This is GA 1 hour chart, waiting for candle to close below this candle. 4 hour candle has done a pullback. 2 candles have rejected this zone. Ideally, would like to fill the wick on the left hand side. See, now this is great because if you can get this 1 hour candle to close, also if you can get the 30-minute candle to close in this area here, and the next one starts breaking the low, that's going to be a good impulse entry for price to continue down. So you need this candle to close here first and the next one to break the low to continue down, I would say. Hey Raja, if you set your daily target has been reached already, would you leave your runner running with stops at break even, or would you close everything? It depends on how I feel, you know. If you feel you've done enough, then basically you close the runner. You know, but if you think this can keep on running, then you basically leave the runner open. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GJ 30-minute. I'm waiting for this green area before I see enough clean room. Can you please comment? I'm waiting for this green area. Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for this green area before I see enough. I don't know what you're waiting for over here because you haven't specified what you're waiting for. But what I can see is over here is that these are all wick rejections, and if price is moving down, these wicks basically they become destinations. So if we're breaking below this area right over here, right? So breaking below this area, if we cross over this area, I think there's a very high probability for price to come down towards 139. I'd say like 139.300. Because we had a huge wick down at 139.300, and I think if price is breaking below 139.500, this is going to be the nice target here at 139.300, and I think that can be reached to 139.300. But we want to see some sort of confirmations over here, which we're not getting. See, selling over here, breaking off this low, this is not going to be a good impulse entry because the price has already fallen a lot. So taking impulse entry right over here would be very, very risky. It's better to wait for a consolidation or retracement and then go down. But even though if price starts moving down, then that's fine, because it's doing something you didn't expect. All right, let's take a look at this trade. Someone's currently in a trade over here. Let's see here. We have the 15-minute candle secured 80% at 500. Have a runner, stop loss at break even. Perfect. Perfect trade. If you get stopped out, there's no loss at that point either. If drawdown is your last name, make sure you don't miss December 20th. Free teaching from Raja Banks himself. Oh, yes. Man, I've been hearing that 21st December is going to be the end of the world. It's all over social media somewhere. And this reminds me of Y2K, 2000, when 2000 was starting out, everyone said, oh yeah, the computers are going to get destroyed and all that. Nothing happened in 2000. There was a huge conspiracy. Y2K conspiracy. Oh, conspiracy. Yeah, the glitch that didn't steal New Year's. They said that the computers are not programmed to get the year 2000, so they will all get destroyed. And nothing happened, man. Clocks went to 2000.
Call me a dumbass because I believed in the hype. So I flew to Honduras in 2000 to stay with my grandmother just in case that.
No way.
Yeah,
this guy flew to Honduras.
To Honduras. I said, man, if the world comes to an end, I want to be with the person who gave me everything in life. So.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
And I was like, oh, this shit didn't happen.
You're like, here we go. Yeah.
But yeah, man. Back in the days when I was young, dumb, and broke.
Man, can you imagine? We have people here in the live stream who were born after 2000. That makes me feel really, really old, man, when I think about that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
After 2002. Wow, that's crazy. I was born in the 80s. Wow, 2004. That's really young. How old is 2004, man?
Yeah, how old is?
2004 is like 16. Oh, 16, right? 16. Wish I was 16. A lot of things I
should be in school right now.
Yeah. No, the schools are closed because of the virus thing.
Oh, but it should be online, right? No?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea about how schools work these days.
Yeah, I got one 10 years old virtual class today.
Ooh, what's this? We got 1990s, 1979. Oh, welcome. 70s, baby. Got 2012. Nah, 2012 was too young. Now people just making things up over here. This is why you guys are in the gulag, man. Just making things up. I was born where 2021 cars were meant to be flying. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember in 1998, I think Japan, they invented a car that hovered over these metal things, right? And then that became the bullet train. And we were told that by 2020s we're gonna have flying cars, like Jetsons. So I used to believe 2020 is gonna be like Jetsons, but no, we got the COVID.
Yeah, we got the COVID.
We didn't get Jetsons.
Way different than Jetsons.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure people who were born in 2000, they don't even know what Jetsons are. Jetsons cartoons. Yeah, this is Jetsons.
Jetsons was cool.
Yeah, they were cool, man. They had a maid.
Yeah.
They had a robot
Everything
maid.
was in the briefcase.
Yes. Oh yeah, everything was in the briefcase. I thought in 2000s, this is what our houses are going to look like. We're going to be flying around with robots.
That's some new cartoons. My cartoons were, the Felix the cat.
Oh yeah, I remember. Felix the cat.
Yeah.
Oh, the black and white era.
Yeah, that was my cartoon.
Man, Kermit's really old, man. 8 kids. Holy.
77, brother.
All right, this thing is coming down over here now. It's probably gonna reach 139.300 here. Who can drop a link to 80 companies from China that were included in the US blacklist? What do you think on US 30 if candles start to close below 30,290 will be a good idea to take a sell? Let's take a look here. Yeah, I think it's coming down. You got clean traffic here to the left hand side. We have a support here that we broke. So yeah, I think it should be coming down over here. I think so. I believe so. But it's US 30. I don't know much about US 30. Also, what I'm thinking is that, we have news over here in 5 minutes, and we're going to see how that news is going to affect things over here. But I do think if we break below these lows, we should continue down towards 139.300. How could I catch this 5-minute impulse since there was a small range, but it played out? You couldn't catch that because there was no range. It was a small range. So that's where you say that, okay, you know what, there was small range, but it is what it is. You wait for the next time. For a new trader, trading is very frustrating because you don't understand why you can't take a trade. You don't understand why certain trades don't work. But once you get experience, once you start looking at the same time, at the same pair every day, you start to understand that, okay, you know what, these things are bound to happen. And sometimes when you miss a trade and there's no confirmation, that's totally fine, because it is what it is. So you always have to wait for candles to print something that you can identify that has worked in the past. Like what's gold doing right now? We thought it's going to go up, but it's coming down. That's fine. If someone's going to take a sell at this point, probably not, because there's no confirmations over here. Yeah, there was no confirmation based on stop losses either, because stop is pretty big.
You're really like a baby in the beginning, not understanding anything.
Yeah, exactly. You can relate to that, right? Yeah. Like it's such a strange world. Like, don't do this. Oh, why not? But it looks good. No, don't do this. And then you do it, and then you figure out after losing, you're like, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't do that again.
It's amazing.
Last stream of the year, yes. Oh, actually, probably not write that.
But last stream ever. This is going to be great.
Last stream ever, man. Gulag is going to go wild.
You're going to get phone calls. The people's going to find your address and come knock on your door, man.
Yeah, throw out rocks at his windows. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, why'd you stop the stream? Stream resuming on 11th January. I think it's very clear when the stream is going to start back up again. Shouldn't
We
be.
should add the year just to make sure.
Yeah, just to make sure. Yeah, exactly.
Next Monday, there's definitely going to be someone saying, Roger, you're not on the live stream.
Oh,
Definitely.
100%.
Oh, hi, Mrs.
The
Banks.
stream-
We're looking for your
Roger.
husband. We can't seem to find him.
Roger, the stream's gonna resume in January 2020.
Oh, shit. All right, hold on one sec.
Man, you should be a part of the gulag.
Man.
Yeah, it should be. All right, 2021, perfect.
That lowercase j in January is driving everyone with OCD crazy. I love it.
Well, it's a good thing I don't have OCD. It's not bothering me at all, not even one bit at all. All right, can you take a look at my trade of the day? Feedback would much help. All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at this trade. This is GJ. Entry at the break of the small bearish candle. Okay. Usually take 10 pips, but expected volume to push through this zone. Oh, nice. Okay. You had it push through the zone. You took this entry. Very nice. I would say it was risky, but you made it work. Beautiful. Ooh, we got another one over here. We got another one. Break of the low over here. Take an entry. Stop was up over there. Price came down to this zone over here. Man, you guys took these risky entries and they worked out for you. Amazing. What's your trading setup look like? I'm trading off a laptop and a phone. Multiple screens definitely help, I think. Alex, I think you're trading what I used to trade. I also used to, like, my setup was just one laptop. And then I added a screen to that laptop later on. And then I ditched the laptop and I bought a desktop. And then I also bought another screen. So I took 2 screens. And now I have 2 4K screens, basically. And this one screen you see right over here, this used to be my first screen, the 32-inch curve. And now the screen is retired. This little baby is retired
The
now.
screen is a retard.
Yeah. Do I have to kill GJ to make it out of the gulag? Well, most days GJ kills itself. Wow, so look at this, right? We're getting this retracement after making a low. Beautiful. Now if price comes down to break this low, we know where price is heading. It's heading right down towards 139,300. Or if it creates like some sort of a resistance on, you know, like these time frames, and then we know it's going to continue on towards 139,300. Hey Raja, have you heard about this 15-year-old kid? He mentions you on this interview. Maybe get him in next year. We're mostly focused on getting in experienced traders on the stream, but we can take a look into that. Is learning volume in Forex important? I think learning volume, I think understanding why this volume is more important. Oh, gold is moving up over here. Understanding volume is more important, like when there's going to be volume in the market, what big candles represent. Big candles represent high volume times. You know, there's no such thing as learning volume. I think you talk about learning volume when you talk about, you know, like volume bars and stuff like that. So I don't think they help. I think when you have those volume bars at the bottom, man, who are those birds over there? Oh, Jama, sorry bro, I have to mute you because the birds are distracting me. So when you have like bars, volume bars, basically they tell you the volume after the candle has formed. You know, which is why it's not that good at that time. Imagine Raja open his own broker and with 10,000 gulags attacking on GJ, we can move the market.
Yeah.
Probably, man. The whole gulag attacks GJ.
So funny.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
I still can't understand why people want to leave the gulag. I mean, Zoom is where the weak-hearted people live. Gulag is where the kings and the lands live. That's amazing. You know, You know, when I make $10 million, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Gulag shirts and I'm going to give them all to the Gulag. Because let's say we have around 2,700 people in the Gulag, so now I got to do some budgeting over here. Calculator online. Let's say we have 2,700 people. 2,700 times, let's say an average shirt costs. Sacha, how much would a Gulag shirt cost? He's really thinking about markups now, but just tell me the price.
No, I'm thinking about how many prints we do.
Oh, 2,700.
It's like $12 a shirt, right? $12, $14, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be around like $10.
All right, let's do 15. Holy 40 grand. 40 grand. Yeah, Gulag, you're not worth 40 grand, guys. Sorry. I can't do 40 grand. 40,000 for Gulag shirts. Imagine.
It's another Ford Escape.
Yeah. Yeah, probably when I get towards like around like 5 million, maybe then we'll do that. But yeah, we're too far away right now. 40 grand. Yeah, that's a lot to donate to the Gulag. All right.
PG is gonna go to 300. We retested previous zone and not going back down again.
Looking at the same thing too. I mean, especially when we break this 30-minute low over here, when 30-minute breaks its own low. What's your goal in regards to lot size? See, I've done 50 lots before. I don't know. I have no goals based on lot size. I think doing 100 lots would be pretty good by the end of 2021. If I get to 100 lots, I think that's going to be amazing. During the month of November, October, I averaged around 25, 20 lots. Getting to 100 would be a big thing. Cause man, 100 lots, price moves 10 pips. That's 10 grand. That's a lot of drawdown. 10,000. So far for me, that's a big drawdown. You know, $10,000 drawdown if price goes 10 pips. Doesn't the broker trade against you once you trade bigger lot sizes? Probably not, because if you're winning on a 100 lot and the broker is trading against you, I'm not sure a broker wants to lose money. You know, so it doesn't work like that. I mean, here's the thing. When you're winning, or when you're on a stream that's winning, it doesn't make sense. Oh, they are using plugins. Well, you know what? If I start my own broker, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to find that plugins. It probably doesn't work like that. Oh, you found one. Oh. Why would they trade against you and ruin their chances of making commission? That's absolutely true. What's your loss per trade? I think per trade... Here's the thing. The way how I look at losses per trade, I think for the past 6 months, I've lost 60% of my losses, which means that, you know, if I'm going to lose a trade, there's about very less probability that I'm going to let my trade run to complete stop loss. Let's say if my loss in a trade is, let's say my risk is $100, there's been very low chances that price has hit that $100 loss. Most of the times I've gotten out of trade with like a $60 loss, $70 loss, but not the whole thing. Oh, it looks like A2DK is back. If you lost GJ trade today, mind blown. Alright, let's take a look at this GA. GBP AUD chart. Oh, nice. See, we were talking about this earlier. If you guys remember, we were talking about this chart. GPAUD worked out perfectly. Perfectly. You know, one other journal I want to show to you guys. I always tell this to everybody. This journal is Stefanos FX. Oh, he's at 6,000 followers. I remember you were at 3,000. Amazing.
Dude, that is all because of you.
No, man, because
Every time you shout me out, it goes up.
Your journals are amazing. Like these video journals, just sick.
You're the man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I like his journals.
Yeah, they're really clean, really nice journals. He's got that guy from TikTok on there as well. You know, the guy from TikTok who drinks that juice? Na, 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 na.
Chris Poppy?
Yeah. Chris Poppy.
Chris Poppy.
Yeah. If you guys know, you know.
Okay.
I got to put 2 trades up today. I've barely been trading in December.
Yeah, same here.
Hello, Raj.
Hello, KY.
Hey, who is the guy on Instagram that you always quote? He's like, "Come on, man."
Oh, it's I don't know. It's K something, KW. K Cut. What was it? Oh yeah, this guy here, Kang. Yeah, this guy, Kang.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's get that money. That's what he said. Come on, man. Let's get that money.
Shit. So let's say that gold just hit my buy stop, right? This is
Okay.
a paper trade. Stop loss at this point should be 1887. I don't want to see this 5-minute candle turning bearish from there. So if I don't get this move toward 1892 in the next 15 minutes, then I'm gonna probably close this trade. But it makes sense for gold to break that small resistance and continue up, because we're coming from a bullish move for the weekly candle. So weekly candles still make sense going toward 1900s. But your job is to get 20, 30 pips in this move, and that's it. Call it a day.
I agree with you. I agree with that. Stop Loss Matters. Oh, that's also a pretty good Instagram account. Stop Loss Matters. There are a lot of people who are really focusing on risk management now, and I absolutely like it. Oh yeah, this person here, yes. Yes, really good. It's amazing, you know, like look, everyone's doing these breakdowns now and journaling. It's awesome, man. We've really changed the industry over here. Because I remember when I first started, all I would see is, I would never see any account post breakdowns like this. No one would do that. All I would see is like people posting about their Lamborghinis and like, you know, their cars and this and that and Maseratis, and just, that's not trading. You know, that's not trading at all. Trading is when you post things about trading. Trading is not about when you post things about cars. Yeah. See here. Oh, this guy's pretty good too, Sacha. Hard earned.
Doing an amazing job too for the French community.
Thank you.
Oui.
S'il vous plaît, merci beaucoup.
Oh, Chris Megia, I just got my magic keys, man. It's fire. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. What about Controller FX? Controller FX, he has copied everything I do. I'm going to give it out there to everyone. He has copied everything I do. The way how I do stories, the way how I break down everything. Absolutely everything, man. He comes on his stories. He's like, so, you know, I'm like, bro, just change something. I mean, that's why people don't grow, man, because they copy things. They can't innovate. They can't make new things. They just copy shit. And that's why you don't grow. That's why you just get stuck in just one scenario. Because if you look at so if you go to Instagram, right? If you go to Instagram and you open every mentor's, page on Instagram who have cars or post about cars, if you hide their faces and if you put all these pictures together, they're all the same thing. They're just cars. Hey guys, look at my car. Hey, look at my car. It's all the same thing. There's nothing about trading. There's nothing about charts.
Yo.
Nothing. Hey, Dankton.
Well.
Oh. Bro, don't hate on others. It makes you look shallow. He is clearly inspired by you, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not being shallow. I'm just motivating people to do something different. Guy, what's GJ doing? All right, let's take a look here. GJ is probably doing a retest. Guys, what's GJ doing? Yeah, GJ is doing a retest. There was no sells at this point here. It's just probably doing a retest. And if it continues to make like a minor resistance here, there's a high probability it can drop, and then we can continue to see 139,300. All right. It's 8:45. It's 8:45 a.m. right now. Someone is saying someone else also does live streams. Man, you know what? If a mentor or a trader, if they cannot show you their complete history like this, look, November live account, October, September, August, you go back July, June, May, April, March. If your mentors or the traders you look up to, if they cannot show you these things, I mean, look, right? Everything's there. I mean, if it loads on time, yeah, perfect. See, Vantage FX Live, all the trades right over here. Losses, wins, everything. If you go all the way here, you see that, I mean, you should be able to show this, right? And if people don't show you this, there's a 100% chance they're making money off of the subscriptions. 100%. Since this is the last stream of this year, man, it just makes sense, right? I mean, if you look at any influencer on Instagram who shows you their cars and they don't show you their history or MetaTrader, doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at all. I mean, how are they making money? How are they making payments for their cars? You just have to do some deeper analysis, just like the analysis you do on pound, yen, or analysis you do on gold. That's the same analysis you need to do on these Instagram accounts. You have to ask yourself, if you have 4 cars, where are those payments coming from? You're not buying them cash, I know 100%. I mean, if you buy a car, you drive it off the lot, you're losing 10,000 right there off the bat. It doesn't make any sense at all. I think once you grow older, once you really get a little mature, you start to understand how the world works, you start to understand that, okay, yeah, some things, they don't really make sense.
Yeah, a little side note, you're almost at 100K. What are we doing for it?
Yeah, we're almost at 100K over here.
That's awesome.
98.6. Wow, crazy.
Grew very fast recently.
Recently. Yeah. I think it was all because of just posting every day.
Yeah. Consistency.
Videos, breakdowns. Oh yeah, look at that.
Classic picture.
And up to these days, that's one of my favorite ones.
This is what happens when you
so unhealthy.
When you don't really, you know what? At this point, I really felt sorry for him. Because when I looked at him, he was on something. At this time, he was on something, and when I looked at him, I looked at a father. I looked at a person. I just things didn't feel right at this point. But it is what it is. People make their own choices and decisions. Yeah, man. Forex community is a different ball game. When I came in here, I was just like once I really got in the industry, I was like, wow, man, there are a lot of things people do that other people don't realize. Your JPY kept on dropping over here.
Gold reversed.
Yeah, gold also reversed.
Paper trade didn't work.
Nope.
Because that's the thing. We have a small wick to the left on the 30 minute, and then it failed to break above there.
Yeah, it doesn't even help either because the 15-minute candle also came back down. It's kind of like formed like a rejection there.
Yeah. This rejection from here. Massive resistance.
Salam Raja Banks, can you please show the whole year's history? Yeah, you can go to my Instagram and you can see it right over here. Everything is here. And there are also withdrawals over here too. You can see the withdrawals over there too. Do you have FTMO account? No, I don't have FTMO account. Can you ban Matinize again? Last time we banned Matinize, someone had to donate money to ban him. Someone got so fed up with this one person in the gulag, they donated money. They're like, hey, please ban this guy. What's your Instagram account ID? Oh, crazy. Okay, so my Instagram is right over here, Wicks Don't Lie. You can go over here, you can follow me. You can help me get to 100K. Yeah, that's my Instagram account right over there, Wicks Don't Lie. Man, the world is so big. I still get people in here and they don't know certain people at all. And it's just crazy for me to think that the entire world is really, really, really big. You know, and we get caught up in these small situations a lot, and yeah, they just don't matter in the long run. What is US 30 gonna do today? All right, let me just call Biden here. Let's see what he's got in store for US 30. Yo, Biden, my man, what's US 30 gonna do today? What we can see is that we're creating a support over here, right? We're creating a support at this point. We have this range. Let's remove the zone from under here. So now, based on technical perspective, what we see is that there's another support at 30,260. So if we break below 30,300, I think price can continue down in this 100-point range. Oh, actually, no. Okay, yeah, this is a 50-point range. Yeah, so see, the ranges are becoming smaller here at this point. Then we got a resistance up over here at 30,350. Probably it's going to move by like NYC Open, by New York Stock Exchange Open, but not at this point. But on the pound yen, what I'm really expecting is in the next hour for it to continue down, break below this area 139.420 and continue down towards 139.300. I unfollowed you and followed you back to increase your followers. Modern problems require modern solutions. That makes sense. Will the magic keys be shipped to Pakistan, or would it be risky because of broken custom rules? No, it'll be shipped to everywhere. Now we got in a contract with DHL, and because of that, magic keys is being shipped all over the world within 5 days. So yeah, that's a yay, Raja Banks DHL contract. Got in a trade with DHL.
Any dates for the second edition?
Probably May, June. There are a lot of bugs in it. Configuration is not easy on these things, so probably like May, June. I don't have Instagram. I don't like social networks. Thinking to open one to follow you. Man, listen, if I don't want to toot my own horn, but coming to my profile, you will learn a lot of things. Like all the trades are posted here in simple highlights, you know. So if you don't want to go through the entire YouTube highlights, you can just go to my Instagram and you can see all these highlights. Like take a look at this right over here. In the market, or whenever there's a lot of volume in the market, a very good idea is to just stay calm and let the volatility die down, because what's going to happen is that once this volatility dies down, then you're going to have some sort of a market structure, you know. So that's what I'm waiting for here, some sort of a market structure to form, so that we can know that, okay, are we going to continue up to fill this wick, or are we going to like maybe correct this move down a little bit. So just waiting for that now. Once this candle breaks the low here, I think it stops can be above this current candle, which will break the low. Yeah, take a look at this. Down over here, and then possibly. So I've executed a sell over here for price to continue down. The stop, it was above the current candle. It's breaking the low over here. It's respecting the high. This is the perfect impulse entry right over here. So I think there's a very nice awesome putting stops at break even, and yeah, that's it. Letting the rest. We smashed through this TP. Absolutely smashed through this TP. So like these videos, man, they're really, really good learning tools. Oh, this is my big withdrawal over here. Almost $250,000. So these are really, really good videos right over here, man. I mean, this is like knowledge. And I talked to somebody how can I get verified on Instagram, and they said that the Instagram is not going to verify you if you have posts related to trading or gambling or money and stuff like that. So they told me that I'll have to remove all of these videos in order to get verified. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Because this is encyclopedia, man. There's so much knowledge. Sometimes I go back and I look at my own posts here to see what's happening over here.
Gulag verified.
Yeah, I'm Gulag verified. That's all I want. So I need to remove all those videos to get verified. But I'm not going to do that. How to identify when the retracement is over? Well, this is the retracement is over here, right? So if you look at the time, this 15-minute candle is about to close, and if this candle closes bearish and next one starts breaking the low, then there's a very high probability we're going to continue moving down. So 3 months ago, I became consistently profitable and decided that in 2021, we'll try out FTMO or funding talent. This. As we're going into 2021, I honestly don't see the need for a prop firm. Just to all the traders that's in a rush, take it easy, man. All you need is a couple of months of discipline. That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. If you are consistently making returns on even a $1,000 account, right, then I don't think you would need a prop firm to do that. You know, you'll be like, hey, you know what? I can do this on my own. I'm going to continue it. Ask Daniel. No, actually, Daniel told me that you'll have to remove all those posts. You know, which is why you see there are no posts about trading. There are only posts about cars. So I'm not going to remove all my posts, man. This is like 2,900 posts, all knowledge. Oh, there's my house right there.
Roger, if you reach out to them directly, they'll verify you.
Nah. Doesn't really.
As long as you have your pictures and stuff like that on Instagram, they'll verify you.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter now, because I mean, you're verified on Instagram because Instagram knows you. But if tomorrow, if Instagram dies, then we still have the Gulag, we still have the YouTube here. That's amazing. I'm too old. Yeah, basically, I'm also too old to care about verification at this point too. Let's take a look at this. What's this?
The reason why you're broke and you're poor is because you're lazy. Because to have more, you must do more and become more than who you are today. But you're too lazy to do that.
This guy's hilarious. Get that money.
Come on.
What's gold doing over here? Oh, gold is just bouncing around. Gold is doing what gold does best. What's holding you in Canada when you can earn laptop money? I don't know, my family's here. So that's why I'm going to stay in Canada. I ordered Magic Keys on 27th. Any idea when it's going to come? Send an email, and you must have gotten your tracking numbers in your email as well. You better check your... Oh, I have some fake profiles on Instagram too. You know what? Yesterday, some guy messaged me saying that, hey man, I went to your other profile, which has 13,000 followers on it, and that profile told me to give him $230 in Bitcoin to make that $230 into like $1,000 or $10,000. So I want to know if that's you. I'm like, why would I make a new profile? And what will I do with your $200, man? It doesn't make any sense. That's why you need to do you need to be good at, I don't know, man. If you can't analyze a profile, I don't think you can trade properly at the same time. Yeah, there's a guy from India. He's trying to scam people. His name is, this is his name right here. His name is Rishi Raj something. Yeah, his name is Rishi Raj 03. Can I take him? Oh yeah, this guy right here. This guy right here. He's messaging people and he's trying to scam them behind my name, Wix Don't Lie. I even messaged him this morning. He's like, oh, come on, man, I'm your Indian brother. I'm like, yeah, but you don't have to scam people like that. Hey Raja, want to thank you for the stream. Back in October, I had a drawdown of $100, and for 2 months in a row, I have done better. November ending with $10 drawdown and December at break even. That's absolutely amazing. That's amazing. You know, like you used to have $100 drawdowns. November ended with a $10 drawdown. December ending with the break even. So you know how long it took? It took 8 weeks to get you from a big drawdown to break even. So it takes time. You know, it took 2 months. So maybe now it's going to take 2 more months for you to get in positives. You know, so that's very good. So I guess this is it, everybody. Whoever has joined us for this year, again, for the stream. I think we started in 2018, 19, 20. This is the 3rd year streaming, you know, so thank you for everyone who showed support, who showed some love, came on stream, gave us numbers, you know. We consistently break records here for, you know, the live stream on Forex. And I think we couldn't have done this without Kervin, Mac, and Sacha, and Armando Italiano. He's drinking his espresso over there. Without Carlos and Albert, and I mean everyone who shows up every day, man. I really appreciate it. We're gonna come back on the 11th of January. There's gonna be no streaming until then. And again, I want to remind everyone on Sunday 8 a.m. Eastern, there's going to be a live stream, and we're going to go over basic concepts of trading, some very basic, how to define structure, read market structure, read trends, and all that. So don't miss it. It's on my story too. If you go to my stories, my announcements on my page, you'll see it there on Instagram.
Thank you so much, Roger.
Thank you for everything, brother.
Sharing this time with you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Have a very, very good New Year. See you guys next year, all right?
Yes,
for what you do for us.
Yes, sir.
Bye, guys. See you guys. Thanks again.
God bless, man. Thank you.
Be safe. God bless. Bye.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everybody.
See you next year, fellas.
Happy New Year to you too.
Gracias, Raja.
Shukran.
Thanks, Raja.
Thank you. Yeah, but listen. Even though we're leaving, we're going to be back on the 11th January. Man, listen. Don't overtrade on the holidays. Don't overtrade on the holidays. You got Christmas holidays. You got New Year holidays. Don't overtrade. The worst thing you can do is go and draw down during holidays and then get pissed off because you spent a lot of money on gifts and on losses in trading. So it's going to be a double whammy at that point. So hasta la vista,
Thank you, man.
Gulag. Take care.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Much love, Gulag.
Nice one. Cheers, mate.